So, Mr. Quad and Seuss Jerry there, you're saying that Can-Am was looking a little lonely in the corner. Well, sometimes, if you get too much cold weather, it's not really that much fun to ride. But my eldest daughter Rosie and I were just riding around the property here through the deep snow, having some fun, stirring it up, pissing off the snowmobilers, sledders, whatever you want to call them. And so yeah, it got pretty thoroughly covered. I don't like mud bogging, but I don't mind playing in deep snow. That's lots of fun. And with these Zillas and the 800cc's, it just no problem goes right through. And I'm still on the original belt from when I got this thing, so touch wood. The only thing it seems to go through is axles. It always seems to wear out them, but whatever. Got to pay to play, I guess is the saying. I'm kind of hoping in the next year, maybe 2 years, of buying a side-by-side. My eldest is 8 years old now, and she wants to go on more rides with me. Not just putting around the yard, but maybe on more serious rides. So it'd be nice to have a second seat for her. I'm not really a big fan of carrying people on the back in case she gets bucked off or something. So, yeah, that's kind of in the works. I'm kind of leaning towards a Honda Pioneer because I like UTVs. I can use them for work stuff, like carrying fuel out to the machine if I'm doing brushing or whatever. I'm not into those razors and all sorts of things, really. I can't really use them around the yard. They're not that handy. But, yeah, it's still getting used. I just don't have a decent trail cam, helmet cam, whatever, anymore. I get the Chinese ones. They only work for a little while. The GoPros are just as bad as the Chinese ones, to be honest. So I'm kind of thinking about one of those DJIs, but I'll have to wait till the money tree blossoms. Being a seasonal worker is not really a lot of money coming in, and hence why I probably got to go to Fort Mac to work for a month or two. Yeah. So, but yeah, we're kind of hoping that if things are good business-wise this year and certain items are paid off, then we'll be able to get a side-by-side of one type or another. I also been thinking about a Kawasaki Mule, one of the newer ones. The older ones were just, utilitarian and that's it. Top speed of like 30 or 40 kilometers an hour. They kind of need a little more power than that. So some of the new ones there, they got a 3-cylinder motor and this sort of thing. And then I could cab them all in for winter time. Just go for winter rides on the river or whatever. Stractor actually has helped out with our trail club. Sometimes we have a little bit of money in the kitty and we can do some trail repairs and that. So I went out there with my land leveler that's made out of an old cultivator. And I was able to level off some of the deeper ruts. Because some of them get really deep. They're going to be over 3 feet. And just want to pull that stuff to the middle and crown it a little bit if possible. Like, it doesn't have to be crowned because it's sand. It just drains so freely and easily. It's not a big problem. But when people are bottoming them out and they're taking, or they're running over trees and that, making a new trail, and yeah, you can't have that. So went with this thing with that leveler, and it worked for the most part, but it was a lot of work for the tractor. And then you start digging into the sugar sand, and then you're spinning. So if we get some of the sustainable trail funding the government's talking about, then I might be looking at getting a disc for it, and then it chops it up better, and then I can level it off after. So it's a lot of trails we've got, and if we do get this sustainable trail funding, we'll actually be making our trails longer and almost right down to the U.S. border. So at least there's talk of that. So it'll be some exciting things coming if that does happen. We're being a little bit pessimistic about it because we've had government say that before. But they let the snowmobilers get a certain percentage of their auto pack insurance. That's government insurance. They do basically car insurance, and that. Saskatchewan's got SGI. We have MPI. And the sledders there get a lot of money for that. So we want the same.